Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school RuneScape.
Meet Merp.
Merp. All right, so this week up on the docket, we have not a ton to go over. It's really just so far Royal Titans stuff, which
Which is fine.
yeah, it's okay. It's been a week since it's come out, so there's been some feedback and updates, and so we'll be talking about that. And then also, we kind of just have like our typical updates and then our Q&A.
And they have birthday stuff. Which honestly, like nothing in game though.
Yeah, there's nothing in game. But besides that, I did want to shout out and say thanks to everyone that is participating in the Q&A. We have more people than normal this week, and also just
replying on Spotify.
Yeah.
We had we're like a smaller podcast. We had like 3 people reply this week, which sometimes we get 2. So 3's like what increase? 50% increase?
Yeah, that is 50%.
50% increase.
Yeah, so yeah, thanks for everyone for just commenting in general. It's always nice to have a little bit of input and stuff like that.
I do want to call out Zach specifically though for saying I'm gonna be sad the day Rob wears 2 different shirts on the pod, because I told him this and I was like, it's never gonna happen. So you're enabling him to never change his shirt.
And speaking of shirts, this is probably one of my favorite shirts, a gift from my sister.
I don't think he only ever wore this shirt for the first time like last week. He got it for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a capybara if you don't have video on.
It is a capybara.
It's really cute.
And he is looking as majestic as one could look.
Exactly. We really like capybaras. It's our thing.
Also, I was looking at I was watching
adopting a capybara.
No, I was watching a TikTok about this, and they were, asking each other about I want people to respond potentially.
Okay.
Because either I'm gonna seem like a psychopath, which I know I probably do. But how often is too often or how many times in a row can you wear a shirt before it's too many?
Depends on the shirt.
Or not in a row, but just before you clean it.
Well, yeah, not in a row. In a row, it gets dirtier faster. Don't ask me why.
That doesn't make sense. But
the sweat accumulates faster.
So some people were saying like you can Google these or whatever. Some people were saying like underwear 1 time every time you wash it. And then shirts 1 to 2 times every time.
I would say shirts, I do 2 to 3.
Okay. And then pants, I was surprised mostly by this, 6 to 10 times, and then wash it.
I thought about earlier today, we do our laundry every 3 weeks, and I wear the same jeans almost every day at work. So I was like, oh, I wear these jeans a lot before I wash them.
Yeah. I don't know if, like, I don't smell. No one's ever commented on my hygiene.
Everyone's too nice.
Or
people
anything
at work
like
have
that.
complimented how I smell. And I'm like, I feel like I smell like cats.
I don't know if I just play it off or whatever, but I've done this my whole life, and I've gone through phases, of like...
He's never changed his underwear before.
And I've never gotten anyone saying anything other than like maybe my breath once in a while when I forget to brush doesn't smell good. But I've never gotten anything about my scent or like the look of my clothes.
Yeah.
And I go much longer than all of these suggested numbers.
I mean, I do as well. I have one jacket that I wear sometimes. Jackets are different. Regular coat jackets, not hoodies.
Yeah.
Had it since we started dating before we moved in together.
Yeah.
So 6.5 years, never washed it.
Yeah. Outerwear. Yeah, I was going to say outerwear, you could like low-key just, unless it gets actual like mud on it, and you can just low-key never
I'm like, it's not touching my body, Yeah. It's on top of other clothes. So it's not gross.
Yeah, I was going to say like maybe those things like 5X is how, let us know.
Sneeze break. He's allergic to the idea of washing his clothes more often.
The sneezing fit. But let us know if you do more or less than these advertised numbers. 1 for underwears, any undergarments, 1 and 2 for shirts, and 6 through 10 for pants.
You're really asking our listeners to say, how often do you guys wash your underwear?
Well, I mean, yeah, just do you wash it more often or less often than those numbers? I'll
go through mine real quick. Underwear I wear once. Socks I wear sometimes 2. 1 since I started working because I walk more now.
Yeah.
Shirts, it depends. Like yesterday, I just wore a shirt at work and I put it in the hamper afterwards because I was sweating on my break. Like I could feel that I was sweating on my break.
Sure.
Most shirts I wear like 3 times. Shirts I'll wear like 2 times. Sweaters I'll wear like 3 or 4 times unless they smell bad. Jeans I wear like 20 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then fancy clothes and outerwear don't get washed.
Yeah.
Hoodies are just every 3 weeks whenever we wash our laundry.
Okay, yeah, I've never washed jackets or anything like that.
I also wear pajama shirts 2 nights before I wash them, or before I put them in the hamper.
Yeah, I think that's more understandable because that's only like, you know, you're not doing anything in it. But
I sleep with my heating pad. Like,
yeah,
I've woken up
I was like,
sweaty.
I guess it depends if you're like a sweaty sleeper or something like that.
I think I might be.
Well, anyways. Yeah, all of mine, I'm not going to tell you the specifics because I don't want to be shamed, even though I don't really care what people think of me.
First things first, he's been wearing the same pair of underwear since he was a toddler.
Since 95.
Just like barely holding on my string. It's a G-string at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the fabric's not really even there. It's just held together by hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to know because I already know my numbers are so high in comparison. It's despicable for most humans, which I
Do you want to tell us your shirts at least? I feel like that's the least gross.
Oh, my shirts
How many times?
At least 5 times.
The thing is,
at least
he has so much shirts too. You guys haven't even seen how many shirts he owns.
Yeah.
Because he wears this. You have like a handful that I think you like as your comfy clothes at home.
Yeah.
The clothes he wears on the podcast, he doesn't wear to work. So that's why he doesn't care about wearing them multiple days in a row.
Yeah.
It's because he just wears them at home when he plays games.
Yeah, like the reason you'll see the same shirt twice in a row is because I'll pick a shirt that I wear at home and I'll wear that shirt. Like
week.
I have work clothes and I have home clothes. I'll wear my work shirt for, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks straight.
Oh my God.
I do wear my undershirt, which I change out probably once every week. But then I have a home shirt, which I also change out probably once every week.
Yeah. I, on the other hand, wear different clothes every day because I just wear my work clothes till I shower after we record.
Yeah.
You know what's very annoying though is I get home and then I shower and then I stream after I shower, which means I don't want to put back on the clothes I was just wearing.
Yeah.
So I have to also have stream clothes, which is very annoying.
True.
It's more laundry. But
Yeah.
I mean, now everyone who watches the streams is like, you only stream 15 minutes. Now they only stream an hour and a half. I mean, it doesn't really get that dirty.
Yeah.
During summer, it's a different issue.
Also,
though.
don't get it twisted. I'm not wearing my clothes like until they're like disgusting. As soon as I catch, I have a pretty good nose. As soon as I catch a whiff of anything off of any of my clothes, it's done. So it's not like I'm wearing them and I'm like, all right, this doesn't smell too bad. No, if it smells at all, it's not happening. So
I definitely do that if it's not too bad. I'm in a cubicle at work.
no, yeah, like
fine.
That goes away. So
I have deodorant on my desk.
and that, yeah, I don't know. It just, especially pants, bro. I'm wearing those like, I don't know.
Unless I shit my pants, I don't really know why I need to change my pants more.
Yeah, it would be such a large number. It's way more than 10 days.
You know what I notice every time I do laundry though is I was like, oh, these, because they're like mom jean style. I'm like, oh, these actually fit really well. And then 3 days in, they're already baggy again.
Yeah,
like way more baggy. And I know by the end of the 21 days, they're just super loose and not as cute.
And yeah, I will throw like clothes like jeans and stuff like that in the wash if we're doing, you know, when we're doing laundry, if we have extra room or whatever, just because I'm like, why not? Like, I'm not going to like purposely be like, all right, we're at 49 non-washes. Let's keep going. Like whatever. But I just thought that was interesting.
I want to ask something controversial more so.
Okay.
How often do you guys change your pillowcases?
Oh, never.
I flip mine every week. My face is really breaking out right now. I'm going to buy a second set of bedding. Okay. Because I don't change it because I'm like, well, then like I'll have to put back on tonight. So if I just immediately can put on a new one instead of waiting for the laundry to be done, I think that would encourage me. Anyway, that's it.
Definitely an aside. But yeah, I don't know.
Laundry.
I saw that and I was like, oh, well, this will be an interesting question. Just, you know, because
we talk more about that than we're going to about the update.
RuneScape gamers aren't known for their hygiene, so I thought it'd be interesting to clock everyone's hygiene.
And we didn't really improve that image.
Yeah.
Sharing our truth.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so besides that though, we do have like our typical stuff, updates, Q&A, blog. Before we get into all that cool stuff, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going well. We did laundry the other day.
We did.
So huge for the account.
Yeah.
I have been killing Scurious. I did not get the pet at 15,000. I'm really close to 15.1k at this point. So hopefully we'll be doing that on Friday. I've also been playing more Skyrim, which has been fun, even though I don't really know what I'm doing. And like yesterday I did a camless stream. My face is just breaking out, and usually it's fine, but I don't know why I'm feeling like extra annoyed about it lately. And last night I changed into my shirt while the stream, I have like a 5-minute countdown. While I was going down, I changed my shirt and it hit like a zit and it started bleeding. And I was like, frick this. Like, I'm just doing no cam. And I refuse to go to Scurrius if I'm no cam because that's what happened with Tangleroot when I got the pet.
Yeah.
So I just went and, like, played Skyrim.
You should have went to Scurrius. You would have got the pet.
Stop it. I probably would have. I feel like I was a really bad streamer last night because of that, but whatever. It would have been funny, though, because I get jump scared by Lydia. If you guys have played Skyrim, she's, like, follows you around.
She's your companion.
Yeah, and I forget she's there. She's like a thrall who's there at all times.
A thrall?
And it's, like, weaker, Loki. She's not very strong.
I mean, she's tanked and done, like, all of your damage for some fights.
She's not as strong as she should be, though.
How she's strong should be?
She should match my energy.
A thrall does 1 damage.
Thralls do 3.
Ignorant. Okay, 1 to
Log
3.
in.
1 to 3.
Log in. But yeah, Skyrim's been fun. Scurrius has been fun. I did some Royal Titans with Megan. I've now, and with strangers as well. I've now gotten the amulets and the Mystic Vigor prayer scroll.
Nice.
That's it. And the pages.
Well, I mean, that's all you need.
Yeah, I'm like 100 and something KC, so that's pretty cool. Once I get the fire crown, whatever the heck it's called, the staff thing, then I'm going to start looting the ice one. And then I think once I green log it, I might try to just sacrifice for pet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people were, I didn't look too much into this, to be fair. I kind of just like briefly skimmed someone's write-up on like, you know, some people were like, oh, I'm going dry at the Titans, you know, whatever crybaby post. And some people are like trying to do the math and they're all like, it's actually potentially, I think the general idea of the post is that the boss's drop rate is actually dependent on how much damage you deal.
Oh, is it?
So if you're
I hate that because it makes the math more annoying trying to figure out how dry you're going.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are getting carried significantly, whether you're paying for it or not, then your drop rate might be a lot lower than you think.
This is all speculation. They haven't revealed the drop rates.
Yeah, they haven't revealed the drop rates or how the mechanism works. But
probably next week. I think they're 2 weeks.
Yeah, usually 2 weeks. But this is what people are saying. So you probably are going to want to go duo with someone roughly equivalent to you or just be there for longer.
Maybe. We'll know for sure next week.
Yeah, I'm not saying this is how it works. I'm saying this is how people are speculating it works.
It was nice though, like after going with a stranger and wearing like, they were like wearing worse gear than me, then going with dating as well. I went with him and he was wearing like Torva and stuff. And I'm like, this is nice. Yeah. Like, you're strong. I think he had the mace as well.
Wow.
Crush his best.
Nerd.
I don't know. Get a life.
Loser. Well, that's it.
That's it. What have you been up to?
Not much. I ended up buying Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, like I mentioned. I think I mentioned this last week.
You did, because I made that same joke.
I actually just put in a ticket to return it to Steam, so hopefully they accept that because.
So yeah, what happened? Because you liked it.
I like the story.
Last night you didn't like it.
I like the story and I like the realism of the game. That being said,
you don't like the combat.
Yeah, I have played it for like 12 hours, which is unfortunate because you get a free automatic return if you played less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I put in there that it makes me like kind of sick whenever I'm in combat.
Oh, is it like motion sickness?
Kind of.
Oh.
It's also on top of that just extremely frustrating. I've never been a fan of like enemy lock type systems. Where like you are fighting that enemy, and
you can't progress after you kill it.
No, it's not even that. Like,
well, I hate that.
That's fine. Honestly, that's fine to me. But it's the thing is, it's not fluid. Like I can't be like, all right, I'm blocking this guy, running this way. It's like you're fighting this guy, and it takes a lot of effort to not be fighting this guy. So whenever you're in combat with 2 or 3 people, I get it's supposed to be realistic, but you can't just like easily turn and be like, all right, now I'm fighting this guy. You have to either tab through all of the characters that are potentially around you, which is jarring and weird, or like whip your mouse extremely hard in the direction of another enemy. Oh. And sometimes it just doesn't work and like will just not target the guy that you're trying to point to.
Yeah.
And then that guy hits you like literally 5 times in a row.
Wait, like, do you want to say the name of the person you were fighting last night that you were getting frustrated?
It was a random bandit on the side of the road.
I was going to say maybe it's something that they know. Well, if you guys have trouble fighting a random bandit, you guys have that in common.
Random bandit.
Yeah. He was getting frustrated. I'm just sitting there editing my shorts like, okay.
Also, it was like frustrating in that like the combat system was annoying because whenever someone is dealing damage to you, if they deal damage to you, then you lose like energy. So it's like,
I guess it's supposed to be realistic. Like,
yeah. So it's like,
maybe they're a little too realistic.
No, I like the realism, but like, I'm not going to be losing energy getting stabbed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever been stabbed.
Oh, your adrenaline. You haven't been stabbed
You
either.
don't lose energy getting stabbed. You just get stabbed and then are immediately able to stab back. Like, it's not like you're like, oh, I've been stabbed. Let me get my breath back. Like, where's your breath going? You've been stabbed.
He's not been stabbed. The way you said it was like, I don't know if you guys have been stabbed. You're saying it like you have.
I don't know. If you've been in fights, it doesn't like wind you unless they happen to stab you or punch you in the chest.
Didn't someone just punch you at school before when you were a kid?
Yeah, someone punched me in the face.
That's so sad.
I've also been slapped before. I don't remember what I said
That's so sad. I hate that. Oh my God. I only had that with my sister.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
I got slapped in the face really hard one time. I forgot why.
Did you have to catch your breath?
No, I did not actually have to catch my breath. So it's just like incredibly frustrating and also like low key unplayable because like it doesn't give me motion sickness, but it gives me a headache playing it. And so I just messaged them. I was like, I tried to play the game. You get out of the tutorial after 3 hours, so you can't return the game.
They kind of lock you in there.
And also there's like maybe 2 minutes of combat. So it's like, it's not a good gauge. So I tried to work through it. Didn't like it. So I'm hoping that they'll give me a refund so I can spend, because I bought the regular game and the expansion pass. So I was like, I'm not going to use these, which will suck. So it's like, I'm either going to just take an L or hopefully get a refund and so I can buy something else.
Hopefully.
But yeah, that's it. Just playing a bit of that.
BG3.
I have BG3.
I know. I wish you liked it.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, I don't like the combat in Skyrim.
Oh, really?
No.
I like the combat in Skyrim.
I don't. Having to like switch through and like click your... I like having the inventory right there. I don't have to click anything. Like extra, like a menu. I just want
it's funny.
my RuneScape inventory.
That's self-imposed.
Well, yeah. I know you can click Q or something.
Yeah, well, there is a... Yeah, there's a like a hot bar for
All I know is I like BG3 and RuneScape combat more.
Also, most people don't like switch through things. Like some people.
Eileen was watching and she was like, "You're the first person I've seen tri-breeding in Skyrim." And
I was like, most people are like, "I like bows. I use bows. Everyone I kill is with bows."
I've been using range and melee because whenever people are far away, I use range and they run up and I switch to melee. That just makes sense.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, people are like,
you just keep ranging when they run up.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, range does so much damage, and also if you're sneaking while doing range, you get sneak attack bonus, which is double damage.
I was doing that, and then when they ran up, I switched to a sword and I'd die.
Well, the thing is, if you are sneak attacking, a lot of times you'll like sneak attack them and they'll just die, or you'll sneak attack them and then they still won't be able to see you because you'll be high level stealth.
Yeah, I was getting real sneaky. I got to like level 19.
So you'll like shoot them in the head and they'll be like, "Oh, guess it must have been the wind," and they'll turn around and you can shoot them again.
That's kind of how I was going last night.
Or like if it's like a two-hander, you'll just walk up and actually just like cave all their heads in and that's it.
I'm just not good at it. I'm not good at the blocking of them.
Yeah.
And because there was like 5 of them ganging up on me and I was like, I'm not prepared for this.
Well, it's kind of like a meme. I think you're kind of like, I mean, you're definitely just not used to it, but like it's kind of a meme where you just carry around like, I don't know, like hundreds and hundreds of pieces of food, because that's what heals you in the game. So like you'll go in to fight someone and then you'll like pause, go to your inventory, eat like 35 wheels of cheese, and then go back to fighting.
People were telling me you don't really need food.
Yeah, I mean, you don't.
So everything less than like 2 healing I dropped.
Oh.
Which, to be fair, I don't really need all those cabbages.
Yeah, maybe for learning it would help, but I don't know.
Any Skyrim tips? Not spoilers. I'm taking them.
Yeah.
Not spoilers.
Besides that, though, yeah, that was the game I was playing. I like combat like that where it's the exact opposite, where like you can like look around and fight as many or as few people as you want, kind of. But like games, like the most popular games, like this game is extremely popular, Kingdom Come, and then also
people like different play styles.
Like The Witcher. The Witcher 3 is probably like one of the most popular games of all time. Also, Baldur's Gate. All 3 of those games, extremely slow lock style combat. I do not like.
I hated it at first. Like the first time I played BG3, I don't know if you remember, I was playing on stream with like Ninja and Kofly. I wasn't, Ninja and Anon. I was like not that into it.
Yeah.
And then obviously we know how that went. True. I became obsessed.
Yeah.
I haven't even played it in almost a year because I'm afraid I'll get addicted.
Okay. Surely that'll go well when you address that.
It's gonna go crazy. I'm excited.
Besides that, we did have a few things in the community I wanted to bring up. One thing that I thought was really cool, shout out to Tina.
Oh, Tina?
Yeah,
What'd
Tina. She actually had a UIM. Ask me anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she had around 900 comments of people, talking about UIM
so cool.
or asking her. For anyone that doesn't know, she's a rank 11 UIM.
She's a crazy gamer.
She's incredibly gamer, and she has multiple high-level accounts that are UIMs or competitive in some way.
And she hosts a really fun bingo.
She does. She even has a 1 defense UIM.
I didn't know she had that many.
Yeah, she has a bunch. So she answered a bunch of questions for anyone interested in UIM. She answers them as best she can. And yeah, you can go check it out. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. Something else is that I thought was interesting is potentially for anyone that doesn't know, they kind of recently were like, the owner of Jagex was like, "Yo, don't worry, we're not going to put ads in the membership worlds. Don't worry."
Yeah,
but they
might address the free to play.
They didn't say they wouldn't in free to play.
They even said we're going to look into it in the future for free to play.
Exactly, but in a weird turn of I don't know, fates or whatever would have it, Steam recently, like this week, was like, "Yo, just so you guys know, if any of your games have ads in them, we're not putting them on Steam."
Oh, so did they take back their decision?
No, they haven't said anything about it. So that's what someone made a post, and they're all like, "I wonder if they're going to have to take it off of Steam," because for anyone that doesn't know, RuneScape is on Steam.
Can they make it? That was actually one of our first episodes, is whenever RuneScape added to Steam. Could they make it so the Steam free to play is ad free, but the regular free to play has ads?
I mean, maybe they could.
So I was gonna say, if that's a thing, you guys should just switch to Steam.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if they could, but people were wondering like how would that happen? Because I mean, honestly, Jagex would probably, I guess, just remove it from Steam. Like I don't.
But that's like removing discoverability. Like.
Yeah, exactly. So I wonder how they'll address that, because I mean, certainly they're gonna add ads.
I love that Steam did that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, Steam's all like, "All right, dude, if you guys have any like those gacha games that is always popping up ads, we're just not allowing those anymore."
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's cool. It'll be interesting to see how they go with that.
Yeah, I wonder how long it's gonna take for them to acknowledge it. They might, if they decide not to do it, they're just never gonna acknowledge it, probably.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, "We're so nice, we decided not to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank us."
I mean, they could do all the other things, which are actually probably worse. Like if they did the AFK timer, probably just way worse than ads.
There's no way they're gonna. They even said like they wouldn't do stuff like that, at least.
Yeah,
for the time being.
And the last thing I thought was really interesting.
Okay.
Especially as you're a log enjoyer.
I am.
So Mod Kieran brought this up actually.
Okay.
And this is in reference to, for anyone, obviously out of the loop. Recently, if you are a certain level in the collection log, then you will get unlocks, including new cosmetics. Mm-hmm. And so people are like, "All right, it's kind of like right in front of your face. Why don't we add achievement style unlocks, kind of how we have in diaries, for collection log?" Because, there's a big discussion, there always has been for a really long time, as long as clue juggling has been a thing.
I saw something about this.
People are like, why is this a thing?
Yeah.
So people were saying, all right, why don't we add something like an achievement diary thing for if you have, like, let's say a medium level amount of collection log done, you get stackable clues.
Ooh, but it would just be like a few, I think, from what I remember seeing. Like 3.
So anyways, Mod Karen responded to this suggestion 4 months ago.
Oh my god. How's this just being brought up again?
Well,
because update.
The collection log tiers. So Mod Karen said, "Personally, I'm unhappy with the state of things currently. Juggling floor dropped items is never fun. It being efficient also just encourages people to do that more. I'm in the opinion that we should remove the extended timer on dropped clues, poll allowing a small quantity of stackable clues. Perhaps the limit could scale based on something,
aka clog status.
Perhaps added to combat achievements." This is 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be added to collection log.
It would make a lot of sense, because that's where so many of the collection logs even come from.
And this is my view rather than something reflected by the team.
Of course.
So I thought that was a really good idea.
Honestly, give him a promotion.
Yeah.
He is the people's princess, the people's mod. We agree.
Okay, I am biased. I do think Kieran and Husky have two of the better minds on the team.
Oh, two of like your favorite takes?
Yeah, they typically, in my opinion, have the most whatever quote unquote based takes, which actually just seem like the most standard normal human takes, in my opinion. Other people just don't really align with my thought process as much.
Yeah, that's kind of like why it's nice that there's so many mods. There's always going to be someone that hopefully always going to be someone that you agree with.
Yeah.
I don't have anyone particular in mind that I'm like, yes, except for Mod Kieran right now.
Yeah, that seems pretty cool. So with those out of the way, we can probably get into the actual update.
Yes.
Quite a bit of rambling.
That's okay. So this one is Royal Titans feedback and 12th birthday celebration.
Yeah, still no 12th birthday event in game, so I don't get too excited.
Sad about it. Anyway, so Royal Titans, a Titanic success. But
Yep.
They should have named it Titanic because the Titanic, like, I was gonna say it died. It like crashed.
The Titanic did crash.
It did die.
Yes.
I am not gonna get distracted. I almost did again.
Yeah, good luck.
Anyway, it's been awesome seeing players gather at the entrance, teaming up and working on strategies before diving into battle. Honestly, some of the things people be typing out there, they're like looking for duo, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
No one knows.
What? I'm just playing basic. Newer players are getting the hang of gear switching and mechanics, while the PvM veterans are pushing the fight to its limits with optimizations we didn't even expect. One of our biggest goals with this boss was to ease players into gear switching by making a core part of the encounter, dodging ice and fire, handling minions, and keeping up with the changing threats. From what we're seeing, mission accomplished.
True.
It's actually kind of a lot going on in the fight. So the Royal Titans fill an important PvM space in the mid-game. Players usually start their PvM with Scurrius, Barrows, and Fire Cape attempts before moving into more complex content. The Titans sit comfortably in that progression, helping bridge the gap between stepping into fights like Zulrah, learning gear switching, and movement mechanics here will set you up nicely for tougher encounters like raids. This would have been so helpful before Zulrah.
Oh, would it?
For me, because I didn't even know how to switch my weapons.
Oh.
Back then.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy in hindsight?
I mean, I guess so.
I was just like, what do you mean I have to keep switching?
Yeah, that's really
weird.
Would
have been nice, because Zulrah, I mean, the lore, if you've never heard it, I couldn't finish Zulrah for my diary, and Robert had to get it for me.
True. Very easy.
That is the only time he's gone to KC for me, because people will sometimes be like, oh, did your boyfriend get you blah, blah, blah? I'm like, first of all, he doesn't log in. So that doesn't even make sense.
I don't.
Yeah. That's the only time he's done it for me. And now I know how to do Zulrah, because now I have a shadow, so it doesn't matter about switching. Anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of the mechanics were inspired directly by the community, including the addition of desiccated pages, which have been a big hit. You've also enjoyed the new prayer scrolls, which are particularly popular among Iron players attempting the Corrupted Gauntlet.
True.
Yeah.
Big progression skipper there. Then we have some bug fixes and improvements. Players can now exchange giant soul amulets with the old man for the 30 bones each.
The odd old man.
30 big bones each, and the odd old man.
There's like several old men in this game.
Yeah, apparently there's just a gang of old folks
the wise
running
old
amok.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. They're all there. World 567 is now the suggested Royal Titans world.
The Enraged Slam animation is no longer delayed by a tick on certain occasions.
Fixed a bug where a Titan's body disappeared upon death. Its base persisted after respawning, and ice remained in the arena for the next fight.
Cool.
I do wonder if that mean like all that at the same time or
Maybe.
3 separate.
The prayer filter will no longer show older prayer icons after they've been upgraded.
Teleporting out of the Royal Titans boss arena will now nullify any incoming damage to prevent death.
Tagged minion hitboxes have been scaled down and no longer take up so much space.
On sacrifice, if a player does not receive a pet, a message will appear in the chat box to say you don't feel lucky during your sacrifice. I did see someone saying that it might be red, which is like the same as the pet notification.
Yeah.
So maybe that could get changed.
Also, it doesn't say here, but separately, I think someone brought up that they should add a quick join or a quick enter.
Yes.
And I mean, they're going to look into it. I don't know if they'll add it, but they're going to look into it.
I'll be in there for like 5 seconds and I'm like, where's Megan? And she's like, oh, I thought it was your old username.
Yeah. Anyways, there was some feedback that they wanted to address. So starting off with minion attack delay adjustments. So right now when minions are killed, the Titan's attack delay is reduced 1 tick per minion. If all 3 are taken down at once, the next attack happens 3 ticks sooner. Some players have suggested removing this delay entirely, but we feel like it could be a bit too strong for now. We're happy and we're keeping an eye on it.
Okay. Looting mechanics. So if soloing the fight, you'll still only get one set of loot. If you're taking the Titans down as a pair, your regular loot and unique chances will scale depending on your damage contribution. Kind of what you said.
Yeah.
So this boss was designed with duo play in mind, and we wanted to take a key learning from Scurious by calculating pet rolls without taking contribution into account. In short, the more Titans you take down, the better your odds of getting pet. So it's kind of not what you said then. So they're saying they don't want to take contribution into account. It's just KC.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I don't know how confirmed or not this is, but
that's not even how Scurious works. Scurious, you have to be MVP.
Yeah, I don't know.
I will wait on the pet drop rate next week, and hopefully they elaborate on it for us, because I feel like that's a weird way of wording it.
Yeah,
comparing it to something that doesn't do that.
Yeah, because it says if you're soloing, then you take them down as a pair. Regular loot and unique chances will scale depending on your damage contribution, but obviously your damage contribution as a solo is 100%, so it should be higher.
Oh, so duos are better. It seems like
this boss was designed with duo in mind, so take a learn from Scurious by calculating pet rolls without taking contribution into account.
So yeah, it seems like they want you to kill more Titans in duos to get the pet.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really know how that would. Maybe it's just the contribution mechanic just isn't that big of a weight.
Or maybe if you're alone, it only counts as 50% instead of 100%.
No way.
I don't know. I'm very interested to read more about that next week once they are down to share. Because I hope it's just a set drop rate. I hate when it's different drop rates depending on stuff. I know it makes sense. But it's very frustrating. Honestly, trying to hunt something and being like, well, gotta do the math.
It is annoying doing the math, but yeah, it probably is more in your favor for them to do it that way.
Yeah, but it is frustrating to figure out. Like the tool seed at Volcano, I've done like 1,000 Volcano KC and I still don't have that 1 out of 200 because technically it might not be 1 out of 200.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, they should just say though. I mean, I guess they can't. They
can't, but I wish they could.
Yeah.
Stuff like that's so frustrating.
Yeah.
I get it though.
Entry restrictions. So once the Titan's HP drops below 85, no new player can enter the fight. This prevents issues with reward distribution, protects GIM prestige, and ensures future combat achievement balance, but it's something we'll look into.
Grouping system. No official grouping system is planned, but we've allocated 4 Royal Titan worlds and updated the grouping clan chat world to make finding a partner easier. And if all else fails, there's always a community Discord.
Gross.
I would like to say I don't like that you have to add people.
Yeah.
But I don't know how else they could do it. I mean, maybe it could be like raids where you're in the same CC. I'm like, I don't want to add all these random people that I don't know. Like, what if they're like weird? No one's been weird so far, thankfully.
Yeah. I think it should just work like TOB. Everything should just work like a board. TOB.
Yeah. Oh,
Literally everything should just work like TOB.
Honestly, that's the best.
It's the most obvious. It's the most intuitive. Mm-hmm. It's what any human with a brain would think would happen.
And then it's easier because you'll be like looking for duo and everyone else is typing it, but like no one's replying to each other. So they could just apply to each other's.
Because then, right there, you're all like, all right, this person has the same stats as me.
You can see their KC.
Like, and then you two group together and then you just join. Like, why is this a thing?
Yeah, I hope that they change it to
it's
that.
2025.
That'd be nice.
Why are we grouping like it's 2000?
Yeah, why are we having to add each other and manually type our names?
Yeah, like I'm not going to introduce myself and be like, all right, what type of game modes do you like to play? Like this isn't a COD lobby. So for future use for the Giant Soul Amulet.
Moving on.
Many of you have asked if the Giant Soul Amulet will have another purpose. Well, we know an NPC who knows a thing or two about bones, the old odd man. Apparently he likes
old
bones.
Man. Not the old
he
odd
likes
man.
bones. We don't ask what he does with them, but he likes them. The Royal Titans have brought a fresh and engaging. Well, that's it. I guess that's it. They're just saying that
there might be something else in the future.
Yeah, there might.
I guess
there probably won't be, but the old man will take them.
Yeah. I mean, he gives you big bones.
Yeah, it's just big bones, man. Whatever.
The Royal Titans have...
That actually might be kind of good if you stay here for a long time as an iron.
Well, the tellies.
Like an early iron, not just for the tellies, but like, because then you can use the bones like for the Varlamore system.
True. I was thinking like regular wilderness and I was like, probably not even that good.
It's not going to be really worthwhile, but if you are there for a long time, pet hunting or something as an early game iron, I don't know why you do that, but then maybe it'll help you save some time.
All right. The Royal Titans have brought a fresh and engaging mid-level PVM experience to OSRS, and we love seeing players take on the challenge. We'll continue monitoring feedback, yada yada, making adjustments as needed. Let us know what you think. That's what they always.
Yeah.
And keep on taking on the Titans.
Sure.
They say like it's a sports team. Is the Titans a sports team?
Yeah, the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Robert's typing BOFA.
Yeah,
OSRS.
I wanted to show you this. I don't know what reminded me of this, but
I don't know either.
I wanted to show you because I thought it was interesting.
Do you remember when we first got the BOFA and we were like, how do you even pronounce this?
Bro, that is exactly what I was going to say.
Really?
Yes.
And I remember whenever people were making jokes about BOFA these nuts, and no one does that anymore.
Wow.
Do you remember?
Yeah, no, I do. That's just a crazy reference.
I just wanted to reference this as well. It reminds me when iPads first came out. People were like, it's so weird. It's like a tampon or something. And now no one ever references that ever again. You get really used to stuff being called things.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, especially, you know, if everyone calls it that, right?
Yeah. What were you going to say? How the Boa Ferdinand...
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even know where this person like looked it up. Like, I don't know if it's on, it doesn't look like it's on the wiki on how to pronounce Boa Ferdinand. It doesn't seem to be on like the base.
Maybe Ferdinand's a word and someone just Googled it.
Oh,
it probably was just a mod said it.
No, like they had the
It's not a word. How did you guys make that up?
They had the like the phonetics on how to actually pronounce it. And it was pronounced like Fairthinin.
Fairthinin?
Yeah.
Oh. Like Barcelona.
Like, it was in reference to how like the mods or you know the devs whoever is making all like the Makoidal and the Huey Kodal and all that stuff like that. Like I guess I didn't watch it. But in the newest video, they make multiple references and joke about how they can't pronounce the items that are coming out.
Yeah.
And, you know, mods and, you know, whoever else, you know, everyone's, you know, making the same joke 100 times because we've all, you know, the Bo Ferdinand's old and so is Varlamorn.
If you're making up words, there's going to be a struggle to pronounce it.
Yeah, but, you know, some people were actually getting kind of heated that people wouldn't take the time to like go and try to find the pronunciation for these items.
I think that's fair for the ones that are named real things. Like I don't know if this is correct, that Huey Kodal is like actually like a real word and like it's like an indigenous language and people just like don't bother trying. Or maybe it wasn't Huey Kodal, but it was something else.
Yeah, something like that. So
I think that's valid. Ferdinand is just a made up word.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like
realelvish.net. That's not a real word.
Oh, Elvish is a real language.
Yeah, but it's like not a native language.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, Elvish is actually so crazy. I don't know if he's the guy that invented it, but
Tolkien.
Yeah, Tolkien, bro.
Tolkien.
The thing is he was like a linguistics major or something like that.
He was a nerd.
He literally was.
Yeah. I feel like Fem would make up a language.
Like he studied languages heavily and I think he invented like actual Elvish. But yeah, I can't find any pronunciation. Like this person, people were saying like it's easy to find like pronunciations of these things.
I think of other words, honestly. Huey Kodal's a bad example. Or not Huey Kodal, Ferdinand's a bad example. Is Huey Kodal the right one?
Yeah.
No, there was something else. There was like a weapon added to the game.
The Makoidals?
Yes, maybe it was those.
Yeah, the two single-handers.
Yeah. Let me see.
Oh, wow. The way you spell that was crazy.
I can't even find it.
She said, Macomatels.
Macomatels? Anything but Macomatels.
That is insane you spelled it that way.
Stop. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Go back to the update.
Yeah, but anyways, I just was wondering. I just didn't know. I didn't know how to look it up, but I tried looking up the pronunciation.
Yeah, Huey Kodal's Huey Kodal.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I tried looking up the pronunciation of Ferdinand a couple times, and I could not find the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Yeah. So either I'm an idiot, which is a high chance, or...
Oh my God.
I don't know, because people made it seem easy.
That reminds me, I recently finished reading Frankenstein, and they spelled demon, D-A-E, and every time I read it, in my mind, I was like, wretched Daemon.
Daemon.
I think it's more fun.
I said it like that, too. I think I mentioned it to you, but yeah... There are certain programs you can download that are called Daemons. I don't know why they're called that, but they're spelled the same way.
D-A-E?
Yeah, DAE.
Yeah, Daemons.
Like it, and it's funny too because it's usually in reference to there's a file type called an ISO, which just stands for like the international standards.
And it's demonic in nature.
But
demonic in nature.
It'll be like it's usually like an older type of file, and what you do is you mount it. So it's like, all right, well, you have to go to this program and then mount the daemon. Which is, it's essentially just telling your computer to think of the program as a disk.
Some pervert wrote that. You have to mount the demon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or sorry, I should say mount the daemon.
yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't know where this comes from. I always thought it was weird.
Is that going to be the podcast episode name? Mounting Daemon.
Mount the demon. Matt Demon.
Anyway.
That's it.
Happy 12th birthday, RuneScape.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the BOFA, but we have RuneScape birthday to talk about.
That does remind me I want to try and get diagnosed with ADHD. Side note, did I ever update you guys that my boob is probably fine, by the way?
I don't know.
I said that I have a lump in my boob, and they were like, they had a medical diagnosis. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, they said you're fat.
No, they said I have fat titties.
Yes.
I got specifically. They felt it. 2 different people felt it, and they did a sonogram. 2 different professionals, not random people in the street. I'm like, feel my boob.
Yeah, 2 actual
like an X-ray technician and then a doctor, and they both felt it, and then they both scanned it and couldn't find anything. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, it could just be like a ridge of fatty tissue. So I was diagnosed with fat titties. They're making me follow up with another doctor. They're just going to have everyone in Southern California grope me at points.
Yeah. An anomaly. Truly an enigma is what you are.
They were laughing. They're like, I've never seen this before.
Another enigma is the fact that they're not having a birthday celebration this year yet again.
Stupid. I missed the birthday celebrations.
They didn't have one last year.
Was the 10th our last?
Yeah. The 10th was the last.
I remember at the 10th, there was balloons outside that said 9.
Only, okay.
Because there was like a little bug.
Only 5. Only multiples of 5 are celebrated, probably.
Didn't used to be a thing. It used to be every year, remember?
Yeah, I do remember that. So, not this time around. So, they're turning 12 this month, like we mentioned. There's going to be, while the in-game event arrives next week, I mean, I don't see it. So, until I see it, brother, it's not in the game.
Listen, we don't mean to be shit talkers that are uninformed.
No, I do.
I don't think that said that earlier today when I read this blog.
It doesn't matter.
I don't think it said in-game.
The thing is, they're not hyping it up. They're not like, yo, this is a 2-week event. It's the birthday. Here's you guys got like event going on.
This is our strategies when we're wrong. I try to gaslight and Robert doubles down.
Well, bro, the thing is, why is this? It's not even bolded that there's an in-game event next week. They didn't mention last week either, or the week before that. I didn't
think they mentioned it this week, so maybe they did. I'm gonna check later.
No,
You know what? I'm checking right now.
We read these obviously on the podcast. And
that's why we always get caught lying.
Last week and the week before, both times they mentioned the birthday thing, and they didn't say that there's an event.
Okay, we got a jam-packed lineup in the OSRS Discord.
Yeah.
Discord. They don't say anything about in-game.
No, they didn't.
Okay, they must have just added this then.
I don't know.
I hope. Otherwise,
maybe they didn't. Either way, I don't care. They need to make it more obvious, because if we're scanning through this and we don't see it, then other people aren't seeing it.
Yeah, what are we? A RuneScape podcast that's supposed to research what we're talking about? Like, get over yourselves.
We do this for fun, not
We do this for fun, so that's why I don't really care if we make mistakes. Because
I'm not
we're
on
not
the
paid.
wiki team.
Yeah, I don't work for RuneScape.
Either way, you can join them for this non-event.
I'm excited for the event now, to be honest. I'm excited.
Okay, we don't even know what the event is.
But it's in game.
They don't know what the event is. No one knows, because we're talking about a live stream event. There's not actually any description of the in-game event. Literally 0. They don't even mention it here.
Well, usually they don't. You know, they're like, Christmas event next week.
Stupid.
Remember when they were going to start doing repeats and everyone was pissed and they stopped doing repeats?
Yeah. So if you want to join the live stream, there's going to be a live stream event, 16:30 GMT, on the OSRS Twitch channel, and there's
February 20th.
February 20th. Yes, this is the actual birthday. So there's going to be a JMod Castle War Ultimate Escort Edition.
Yeah, kind of cool. So 2 JMods will battle it out in a Castle Wars game mode, with mods Kieran and Rice acting as your team's not-so-subtle secret weapons. They're walking, talking, tanky targets. Here's the breakdown. back and forth. You want to start?
Yeah, go ahead, dude. At the start of the game, the enemy J-mod will yeet themselves directly into the base to steal your flag.
But these ain't no ordinary J-mods. Their hit points will be buffed to the 9s, and they'll be tankier than a full Justy and Joy at the Inferno, so don't expect them to be an easy takedown.
And your mission is to defend your base by preventing the enemy J-mod from escaping, or race to the rescue and escort your own home safely.
Some J-mod rules, so they can only walk, no running. I don't understand how they're not going to get caught.
J-mods can only start moving at the 18-minute mark, giving you and your team time to build up a strategic defense.
They can only attack you back, including Chins and Barrage, so watch your back and be ready with those protection prayers.
It doesn't say only, but J-mods can attack you back.
Yeah, they can. Hello?
J-mods will pick
I think that they can regular attack you too.
Yes. It does not say only anywhere.
I don't know why I made that up.
So they're just saying that your attacks will get reflected in some way.
They're real people. They could fight you.
No, yeah. The thing is, I think they're saying that you'll get reflected because they talk about ranged attacks specifically.
I don't know.
Why would they include Chins and Barrage?
They can attack you back, including Chins and Barrage. So they're just saying that even if they're just walking by and they hit someone next to you, you could take damage.
Okay, so maybe the whatever god weapon they're using will be Splash. I think that's what they're saying.
Do you think they're going to have god weapons?
Yeah, for sure.
I thought they were saying regular weapons.
I mean, they're getting hit by dozens of players. I think they're going to have god items.
I think they're going to have god gear.
Yes, whatever. J-mods will pick their gear before the match starts, so no sneaky swaps mid-game.
Oh, never mind. Wait, they're just going to have boosted hit points.
You think that's it?
Yeah, because they did say that their hit points will be buffed to the 9.
Okay, so maybe they'll pick Chins and Barrage. And then
they're definitely just going to choose Justy, though.
Maybe. I mean, they have a ton of health, so they might just go full damage.
True.
Either way, if you want to find out, then you're going to have to go there because, there's one more thing I forgot, actually. Underground tunnels are off limits because no one wants to go down there.
Yeah, if they go down, they are going to be killed by falling rocks.
Yeah.
Except a mechanic, no being sneaky.
True. So if you do want to participate and see how interesting this gets and what kind of buffs the mods have, then you can go check it out on their live stream event thing. If you miss it, too bad, so sad.
Next up is Bake Off Gilnor Edition. I still think you should do this, to be honest.
Yeah, sure.
We're running out of time, but we should look into it this weekend.
I'll do it right now.
So, got a sweet tooth and love for all things OSRS? If you bake an OSRS themed birthday cake for a competition and you can be in for a chance to win some amazing prizes, you have until February 17th to put your cake up on the Discord. They have a birthday cakes channel. That's February 17th at 21 GMT. The top
5 days from now.
Yeah, the top cake will be shown on stream and Twitch chat will pick the ultimate winner. So that the prizes include a RuneScape Kingdom Shadow of Elvarg board game, a RuneScape cookbook, and a whole year of membership.
Cool.
We like cake.
Yeah.
And we like free stuff.
I mean,
I don't know why.
If we're going to be real, if you want to win this, you're not going to make real cake. You're going to actually be an artist and you're going
use, like, cardboard.
do what all the other people in commercials do and make fake food.
I think it'd be, since Twitch chat's voting, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
They're just going to choose like whatever looks goofy.
Yeah, it literally doesn't matter.
I think it'd be fun just to do though, because
you want cake. You could just say you want cake.
I like cake and it sounds fun.
If you want me to make you a Victorian sponge, I'll make it.
Maybe.
Like, you don't need to do all of that. I know you convinced the mods to put this on because you want cake.
Well, I think we should try to think of something else.
Okay, well, that's where you lost me because
never mind.
I don't care.
Anyway, cool prizes.
Yeah. I'll make a Victorian sponge if you want. Anyways, though, we do have one final thing for the birthday stuff, and that's going to be some tattoo shenanigans. So Modjerv and Skylark are going to have some ink inspired by your hashtag tattoo suggestions in the Discord channel. They've been hard at work sketching up some OSRS themed masterpieces. And what did they come up with? A majestic Saradomin eagle. Who knows? A full back tattoo of the wise old man. Who knows?
Just of his beard.
You'll have to tune in to find out.
Did you know I read this morning when I was struggling to wake up, and I was so confused because I thought it said a full black old man beard. Like, I totally just missed the rest of it. Also, Goose just almost fell off her bed.
She did. Also, if anyone is looking for a laugh, look up Ben Affleck's back tattoo.
Oh my God, that's brutal. We were talking about this because some celebrities have such bad tattoos,
which terrible tattoos.
I'm not going to judge.
I am.
I'm not, because some of mine are probably sus too.
If I have infinite money, I'm calling that dude to come to my house.
No, that's the thing, is what I've read is people's like theories. I don't know if it's a thing. The reason they're bad is because they're rich and not used to having to wait and be on wait list. So they're like, all right, whoever can just come to my house
No, that's
right
what
now.
I'm saying is I know the value of a good tattoo, and
Like, you might have to wait.
I'll just be like, no, I'm not waiting. How much to not wait?
Oh.
I'm rich. I'm Ben Affleck.
Yeah, but if some of these people are like famous tattooers, like they're already rich. They don't care. They probably like.
No, these people are still working because they're not rich enough to turn away 50 grand.
Well, why hasn't anyone done that then?
Or maybe they do. Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Ben Affleck's just cheap.
We look at people like Affleck, which has like low-key infinity money glitch, and didn't early in his life think about paying more for a tattoo.
Yeah. My tattoos, some of mine aren't the best, but I still think they're not as bad as his.
Yeah. I think he could have easily been all like, yo, best tattooer in LA, which I'm sure he probably lives there or wherever big town he lives.
In Boston?
Who cares?
He's always at Dunkin's or whatever.
And he can just be like, oh, I'll pay you like 40 racks to come out to whoever's the best in his town, and they'll do it.
Yeah.
Front of the line. I mean,
that's true.
So I don't know what the excuse is.
Yeah, what's your excuse? Like Cardi B, I know she'll like get tattoos and have people go out to her house, and her tattoos are good.
Cardigan Backyardigan, yeah.
Cardigan Backyardigan. Are they both together?
Yeah.
I would die for our cats. They're so cute.
I just found out today she's married to Amigos.
Yeah, they've been married for like 7 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't it? Like 3 kids together.
It's also crazy. One of the Migos is dead.
That's sad.
Yeah.
He was not very old.
No.
That's
dang.
sad.
Yeah. Whatever.
I think that her and her husband might be. I don't know. They always say they're getting divorced. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
Anyway, celebrity gossip aside, that's it for the tattoos and the birthday stuff. But we have some Pull 83 improvements.
Wow.
First one's actually kind of nice.
Players can now reset birdhouses, allowing you to dismantle any existing birdhouse and automatically build and place a new one. The clockwork mechanism from the birdhouse is reused.
It is weird that you have to take it apart and then use the clockwork on a log.
Yeah.
I've accidentally used it on wrong logs many times.
Really?
Yes. I don't know why I used to have extra logs in my inventory of a different sort.
Yeah, well, like,
but it's happened multiple times.
Magic birdhouse, 4 magic logs.
No, and then I'm like, for some reason I have 3 U's in there.
What?
No one knows why. It's happened multiple times, and then I have to go to the GE and get new clockwork because I don't want to place it.
I don't get the reset button. You could just click, and then it's like, are you sure you want to destroy the birdhouse? There's nothing in there, and then you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just gives you the stuff back. It's the same as the reset. You don't get your log back.
I don't know why I did it then.
Is this just to save a log?
I don't know, because I would go back to the GE.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, players can now build and place a birdhouse directly on an empty patch with a single click, provided they have all the necessary tools and materials.
Okay.
Obviously.
I feel like these are already in the game where they're just like such non-issues. I don't understand it.
No, they're not.
Both of the above changes will use pre-made birdhouses you can carry with you before attempting to make one out of bits.
If you randomly happen to have a bunch
brings
of
extra pre-built? You are crazy.
Wait, do you not remember? Robert's the one who taught me how to do birdhouses, and I thought you had to replace them every time.
That's wild.
And I went to replace them, and I was like, I have like 8 clockworks. Like, what is this?
That is crazy.
Honestly, like, the birdhouses are a really good use of the construction skill because you get forever these 4 clockworks.
Yeah.
Shit, pretty nice.
I mean, they're not hard to make, so I guess you could just bring 4 pre-made ones and they'll save you inventory space.
I don't know why, but it was kind of annoying to make in leagues.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
It's reasonable, but also you should go to prison if you do that.
Yeah, it's a waste of your time.
Next is net traps.
Net traps used to catch salamanders can now be reset automatically. That's
nice.
Yeah. I don't know why before you'd have to use it on a tree.
Yeah, that's definitely nice. Players can now trade in duplicate Hunter Guild blueprint or Hunter Guild uniques rather. I jumped down.
Oh, okay. I was like, where did you even get that?
With Verity in exchange for a reroll on the Master Sack loot table, including uniques and pets.
Excluding
Very uniques and pets.
Different.
Same thing. It's because right below it is the word include, man.
So eligible items include the enhanced Quetzal Whistle blueprint, perfected Quetzal Whistle blueprint, huntsman kit, or any of the hunter gear pieces. I didn't know that. Oh, those are things you could trade in. I thought they were saying these were not unique.
Why don't you just get the pet? You don't need to do all this.
We were both spin the pet. We're both so lucky. He's so cute.
Yeah.
Such a good bird.
Next, when using the alchemy spell on the Explorer's Ring, runes will now be used from your inventory before consuming the ring's daily charges. If no runes are available, the Explorer's Ring will automatically provide the necessary charge to cast the spell.
Okay. Enchant jewelry will now convert the first jewelry in the inventory rather than the specific item it cast on. I like that they're slowly adding that to everything. Like, there's no reason that we'd actually want to start from the second to last. It was just there.
Sure. Then that's it. Actually, for the poll stuff, we do have some client and mobile updates, which is going to be adding the high score panel now remembers the previously searched data set.
Failed high score searching now displays new UI and text within the search bar.
They added a new toggle, which allows chat filters to always show even when chat's collapsed.
The high scores pop-up panel will now auto-open when the player uses the in-world lookup feature.
Mobile users can now hide split private chat when the chat box is closed.
The Barrows interface no longer gets stuck behind the minimap interface.
They adjusted the dead zone around the chat box on the left side of the mobile client.
Menus now appear in front of minimap orbs, and important functions like the close button won't be blocked when they overlap.
Yes.
It's annoying.
Certain hotkeys with the corresponding checkbox or toggle in the settings menu now correctly sync to the correct state.
The loot tracker no longer shows incorrect truncated numbers on the enhanced client.
When using the hotkey side panel, the buff bar now dodges as it would if the player used the right side stones.
I bet you guys thought that was it. Nah, we got some other changes
We got
too.
the infamous other changes.
I will say my hot take. Other changes should have been before mobile. We hopped from PC to mobile back to PC. I don't like that.
Because they always say the best for last.
They do. First up, the pendant of the ATIS now includes all minigame teleport sub options.
That's eights.
Eights.
Camera shake effects for the following events can now be toggled on or off in the settings. Baba Yaga's house, fishing trawler, looting Barrow's chest. I'll actually turn that off.
Yeah, I forget that's on for me too.
Lizardman shaman jumps. I might turn that off too. Honestly, I don't.
Ooh, Great Almost Falling Crystals.
Anytime there's shakes or blur in any game, I automatically open the game and turn it off if it's an option.
Yeah.
Falling rocks in the Monkey Madness tunnels as well.
It's already a thing you could change in like fishing trawler and stuff, but I think it's going to be easier now to turn off.
Yeah.
Note though, if you do turn off the shake in the Monkey Madness tunnels, you will still be warned if you're going to get crushed by rocks. So now a shadow will briefly appear under your character before they fall.
Yeah.
So you're not like totally screwed.
And also, they reviewed and corrected recolor inconsistencies across the game. As a result, some NPCs and locations have received slight visual adjustments. This includes a variety of items, most notably the Blessed Sickle, which is brighter than before, making it easier to distinguish from non-blessed variants.
I should have looked up what it looked like.
Yeah, probably just looked dull.
Fixed a bug when switching out a Drainer Manor teleport from a Teak portal.
Fixed a bug where Varric's set effect was ignoring damage immunity checks, such as those belonging to mages at Nex.
You can no longer accidentally get repeat Jadderzug tasks by canceling them through the teleport.
Oh, nice. And we've rewritten the text that appears in your bank potion storage when it's empty, aiming to make it a bit clearer.
The group interfacing now correctly recognizes when a player has joined the Mage Training Arena chat channel.
Cool. That's it.
Didn't even know it was a thing. Actually, you know what? Not bad.
Yeah,
not bad. A lot of small things, but some good ones. Like the shaking is actually like kind of massive.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
I like it. Okay.
All right, well, before we jump right into the Q&A to finish off the episode, I did want to bring up a small update. We don't have any real updates.
No, it's also the next day.
Yeah, it is also the next day. Also, I am a few days late, but this is the first time I saw this, and this is going to be a rare RS3 shout out.
Okay.
Very rare.
All right.
Kind of just because I saw it today, and I think, this seems like a person that was in the community, so I figured I'd bring it up. Shout out to Kingly Chimp or Weapon Supplier on Twitch. Yeah, strong names. They passed away.
Oh,
unfortunate. They had some. I guess they were having health complications for some time, but they passed away at the end of January. So shout out to them.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, and I think from what I could read, they were kind of like a person that was involved in the community and generally seemed like a pretty okay person. So, shout out
I know
to them.
some of you guys definitely play RuneScape 3, so maybe you already know this.
Yeah, I think they were actually kind of like known in like even in OSRS Twitch chats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's cool.
They got around. But unfortunate.
R.I.P.
Unfortunate, rest in peace. Yeah. Anyways, though, we can move on to some Q&A stuff.
Yeah, he didn't tell me that was going to be it. I was not expecting something sad. Threw me off.
Yeah, I just, if I see something, I try not to make anything sad or bring up anything sad,
okay.
But, shout out to the people that don't get to play anymore.
And people really liked them probably.
Yeah.
Q&A?
Yes, Q&A.
Okay. So first question is from, I don't know why I'm storing my headphone. First question is from Zachary on Spotify. Zachary did say I love Moose, but didn't say I love Goose, which is hurtful.
Yeah, respect. Moose is a thick man.
Yeah, but Goose is our skinny queen.
That's true.
Do you guys watch anime? If so, what are your top 3? We do watch anime. We just spent like an hour and a half watching One Piece.
Yes, we did.
Technically, it was like 12 episodes. Because they were doing...
It was a bunch of recap episodes, so we kind of skipped through most of it.
But literally, there was like 10 episodes, I feel like.
No, it was
7?
6.
Oh my god. So we just, but we watched like 3.
Yeah.
So we just watched like 9
For
episodes.
anyone wondering where we are that has seen a good portion of it, we are close to the end of Water 7.
The CP9 arc.
Sure.
I don't know.
Everyone just knows it as Water 7.
Okay. Yeah. My top 3 animes are, they're all really popular ones for a good reason. Hunter x Hunter, maybe My Hero Academia, and then
I don't even know how there's other words for it. That's a conflicting or like confrontational take. It's a hot take.
Oh, My Hero Academia?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Well, I know it's popular.
Yeah.
And then probably like One Piece now. I'm really into One Piece.
One Piece is
crazy.
pretty good.
You don't realize how far you've come until like these flashback episodes. I'm like, oh my god, like the characters are different. Luffy didn't even have anyone on his crew. He's like, Zoro, you're gonna be on my crew, I decided. And I'm like, this is cute.
Yeah.
Those 3. Shout out to this. I know this probably isn't technically an anime, but Avatar: The Last Airbender. Obviously, I love that. I have a tattoo of Appa.
That's definitely an anime.
Well, maybe I'll put that instead of My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is very close, though. I do love that show. I'm still a few seasons behind, though. Hunter x Hunter is number 1 because it's the first anime I ever watched.
True.
And the first season of Hunter x Hunter is like perfection.
Yeah.
The ants got a little strange.
I didn't like the ant arc.
I liked the ant arc, but it was very funny. If you know, you know. I mean, a lot of animes do this too. They were fighting, like, the big battles at the end. Like 15 episodes in. I don't even think I'm exaggerating. The narrator's like, at this point, they were 6 seconds into the battle. Yeah. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's like 7 episodes in.
It was so weird. It was good, but like the first season's my favorite just because, I don't know, it reminds me, because that's when they're all like training to see if they could pass, right? To become hunters.
During when?
First season.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite, like Hunger Games, all that kind of stuff, where it's like a competition in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, that's because when
I love it.
You still had the illusion that they were like the main characters / the good guys.
They are.
Yeah. Totally the main character, for sure.
Oh, Gon?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the main character?
I mean, he gets like equal like screen time with a bunch of other people.
Gon's the main character. You sound ridiculous.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he definitely doesn't lose all of his abilities. Anyways,
spoilers,
also
Robert.
kind of interesting, kind of canon for anyone that didn't know, the Chimera ants apparently
Chimera. I was going to say Chimera.
apparently are not actually that strong. And for anyone that doesn't know the like geography of Hunter x Hunter, essentially all the humans are on an island in the center of an ocean, and surrounding it is the main actual landmass of the of the world.
Yeah.
And on that landmass is where the Chimera ants came from, and on that landmass they're not that strong.
Oh, so if they come back, if the show ever comes back,
that's the thing, is like people have made many trips to the outer lands and they just don't come back.
Well, I imagine it would be like One Piece, where that's like, you guys can skip this anime talk, by the way, if you want. But I imagine that's like One Piece, where in the beginning you're like, man, how are they gonna beat this random marine and his son? And then now, a few episodes ago, Zoro cut a building in half. So it's just like,
yeah, but
in Hunter x Hunter, they just get stronger too.
The thing is, it's different though. That's why I'm saying it's not like they're the main character in that, like, they just don't get stronger. Like in One Piece, they get stronger because they have to progress the story. They're not going to die. It's about them.
I don't know. They do. Whereas, like they learn like the ores and stuff. I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter in a few years.
Like Gon and stuff, they could die. Like that's what I mean by them not being the main character.
Oh, you mean in One Piece, there's no way they'd ever die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like the story is of them progressing.
Yeah, I still think that they're the main character. Like him and Killua are still the main characters. But I also don't think they're protected.
I mean, Killua isn't in the next arc from what everyone can tell.
Don't say that.
Because, I mean, Gon goes with his dad. Killua's not there.
Gon's dad is the worst.
Yeah.
The worst. Doesn't Leorio like punch him in the face though or something?
Leorio? He does punch his dad in the face.
That was deserved. We're saying spoilers like crazy, but
well,
this is a few years ago, so hopefully you've seen it.
Not really.
Yeah, that wasn't much of a spoiler. He gets punched.
Yeah.
And it was deserved because he's a really bad dad. Every anime dad's a bad dad. Anime parents are the worst.
Yeah, some of them are good.
They stay abandoning everyone.
I mean, some of them are good.
It's so sad. Anyway, top 3. I already know one.
I don't really have a top 3, honestly.
School of Magic.
It's the irregular at Magic High School. But
you idiot.
I have seen that one, I think, around 7 times. But anyways, yeah, I do watch a lot of anime. I've seen...
you have to choose 3.
At one point, I had watched so many that there was like none in the archive for me to even go back and watch.
That's whenever we had the Crunchyroll prescription. The doctor prescribed more anime.
Yeah. No, that was even before that. Like I just like actually had run out of animes to watch. And then since then I haven't watched for like 4 years or something like that. So
you'll go through like little periods of time. Like a few months ago, I remember for like a full weekend, you watched like 2 different animes.
Yeah. Well, also like
he'll watch the stuff that only has like 1 season.
The illegal anime sites that I always go to. Also, I'm wearing the same shirt I forgot to mention.
Shout out Zach.
Yeah, shout out
for you.
Like the illegal websites that I go to, because
supposedly
the only good websites that are like Crunchyroll is the only like good legal one. I don't even know if there's another good legal one.
Crunchyroll.
It really is just Crunchyroll. And
Crunchyroll's good though.
All the other sites are like there was a series of time where they were just getting closed down one after the other. So
I remember that.
There are still some obviously that you can go to, and so I've kind of watched them from time to time. I do want to watch Solo Leveling. That's the one that I want to watch. That's more recent.
Can I guess 2 others I think are your favorite?
Sure.
The Gate one.
Oh,
that one was good.
Yeah, I forgot. I think it's just called Gate.
Gate.
It's Gate where they like a
gate to another world.
A gate to another world. Yeah.
Which is a classic theme.
It is.
It's a good one. There's one part of that series which is sus.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows if they say they're 1,000 years old, they're 1,000 years old.
I hate this. This character, yeah, she's 1,000 years old, but she was stuck in the body of like an 11-year-old, and so she would flirt with people, and she'd be like, "I'm 1,000 years old," and I'm like, why did they write this? I don't like that.
I mean, the legal age in some provinces in Japan is like 13, so it's
she
totally
was even
fine
under
over
that
there.
age.
It's she's 1,000.
Yeah, it was. I don't love that, but other than that, the show is pretty good. And then the other one, what's it called? I'm gonna butcher it, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I hope you catch my drift. My Song in April.
Oh wow, that is certainly not one of my favorite ones.
What is it?
It's Your Lie in April.
You said you really liked that one.
I only watched it once.
Oh, you said it made you cry.
I didn't even watch it with you the second time.
Holy, that show made me cry.
There's another one that's way worse. Oh, I mean, obviously we're not going for the worst, but there's another one where
worse emotionally?
Yeah, where like he has a kid with there's the series is about him like eventually getting with his high school sweetheart, and then there's a movie after of him and his high school sweetheart being together, having a kid. She dies of cancer and he raises the daughter.
That's why sometimes, like, whenever they are like, oh, we're bringing back the show for a movie or a sequel or something, I'm like, don't, because I know what you're gonna do. They did the same thing with Skins. They brought back my favorite gay couple and killed one of them.
Yeah,
I'm like, why would you do that? So I just pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, I've seen like honestly,
I think you watched Your Lie in April more than once.
No, definitely not.
No.
Yeah, I've seen like there's another one called Totokoro. Mm-hmm. That one's like also like a romance one, and I've seen that one a few times.
You like the like slice of life more, right?
I don't like slice of life. I like romance ones.
Oh yeah.
Or I used to. Like I've watched more romance overall than I have of like shonen, like One Piece style, like stuff like that.
I don't know what I like. I'm just kind of all over the board.
I don't know.
For some reason, like during quarantine, we were like very into anime. I watched Your Lie in April whenever I was grinding the Kraken pet.
Nice.
Yeah, back in the day.
Also,
choose your favorite 3 though.
I honestly don't really have like, I really don't have like a favorite 3. I guess
the slime
one would have to be, actually I have watched the slime one like 3 times, and that one is like 3 seasons long.
I've only watched the first season.
It's so good. That one is a shonen as well, so you'd like it. It's just all fighting.
I watched the first season and I liked it, and then I haven't been watching anime as much except for whenever we watch One Piece whenever we eat.
Yeah, maybe in some order. The slime one. There's also another one. Another one I've really liked that they didn't get a second season for is extremely similar to the slime one, but this girl's a spider.
Oh, what's it called?
It's like literally
this girl's a spider.
Yeah, this girl's a spider in another world. Like it's literally that.
Some of the titles are so funny.
Yeah, it got one season. I liked it, and it didn't get a second season. I don't think. But
that's why you would always watch shows like that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it unless they have multiple seasons.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get attached.
The regular Magic High School specifically, that is definitely probably in my top 3. That being said, I watched
also a sus storyline in there.
I watched the prequel. Sucked. Terrible. Trash. I might have watched the season after that one. Also sucked. Trash.
Did we ever get a second season of My Dress Up Darling?
No. No.
Wow.
That's what happens. It has to be incredibly popular.
I feel like that was so popular. People were calling her like the girl of the year, whatever. Favorite girl.
Okay. Everyone knows best girl switches between seasons.
I didn't know that.
Everyone knows that.
I didn't know that. I dressed up as her, and I've also dressed up as, was it Yor from Spy Family?
Yor from Spy Family, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched these shows in years.
I didn't watch. But I dressed up
as those two for Comic-Con before.
Yeah. Besides that, I don't really know if I would have a third one to choose from. I do think One Piece is like second to none as far as character progression goes, just because there's so many episodes.
It's so funny. I sound so cheesy watching it back before. I'm like, literally fully serious, like, yeah, Usopp may not be that serious, but he really is the heart of the group. Like, what?
Definitely not.
He has a big heart.
I hate Usopp. But besides that, current ones that I want to watch or finish is Solo Leveling and Kaiju number 8. I started both of them whenever they were current, and then I didn't finish them, and both of them I think are pretty cool.
I want to catch up on Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, and I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm glad that neither of us, I don't want to watch any of the ones that she picked, by the way. And also
the slime one.
Well, I've already seen that one.
He doesn't like gory stuff, so he didn't like Demon Slayer.
I didn't like Demon Slayer mostly because I just didn't care.
Yeah. I like the darker ones, I think. Well, you like the romance, so obviously.
Yeah. Well, also, I just didn't care about that story. It just wasn't as interesting. I like the Solo Leveling, which is also.
I don't know what Solo Leveling is.
Solo Leveling is extremely gory.
I'm surprised
in the very first episode.
Yeah, he usually hates gore.
Like I said, I just didn't like the story of Demon Slayer that much. Same thing with like, I'm glad neither of us didn't get into Jujutsu Kaisen because.
Did we try to?
From what I understand, I watched the first.
No, we watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventures and we couldn't get into it.
Oh, that was the very first episode.
We only watched one episode, which, to be fair, if you guys listen to the first episode of the podcast, yikes. I mean, you're probably not listening to this right now.
Yeah, JoJo sucked, but I didn't like it. Apparently, it has a cult following. The first episode, immediately I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, Jujutsu Kaisen, like the story kind of falls off a bridge.
I don't know. I mean, because I think I personally am much more, you guys have noticed, I'm much more like copium, optimistic about stuff, even if it's bad.
Yeah.
So I would still give it a shot.
Yeah, it's still probably one of the better ones, but I think people were like, yo, this is peak. And then it quickly became like not a 9 out of or 10 out of 10 anime.
I want to watch Attack on Titans.
Oh, I don't want to watch that.
I watched a few episodes and I was into it, and then randomly I trailed off like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I know I'd like it.
Yeah.
They scared me.
It looks like
genuinely they're scary.
Cooler in the later seasons, but I also quickly didn't care about that character.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah.
Anyway.
That was it. Yeah, we do watch anime.
Yeah, sometimes. So whatever. Are you guys weebs? What's your favorite anime?
Yeah. I was actually looking at watching anime. I have it pulled up right now. I might watch it soon.
I haven't watched any in a while. I don't know why. I think it's just because most of them are on Netflix, and now that I pay for my Netflix on my own, that is my preferred streaming platform because I have to make it feel worthwhile.
I've also been like looking a lot into I've been like on a Warhammer 40k tip.
Yeah, he doesn't even play it or collect them, but
it's so interesting. It's so interesting.
He tells me about the lore when we're grocery shopping.
The lore is so interesting. But so I've been like I was thinking about
if you're at Sprouts and you hear someone talking about the lore in that game, it's actually just Robert.
Probably. So because of that, I wanted to play Helldivers, which is similar in a lot of ways.
Ninja would be so excited. He asks people to play with him all the time.
I re-downloaded it. I told him that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna be excited.
So I might play that and then watch anime while playing.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. We'll see.
And you'll hear next week if we're able to get those tickets to Black Sabbath, by the way. They go on sale at 2 a.m.
They do.
Robert and I are going to set alarms and then go back to bed. And we'll see if we're successful. Anyway.
Yeah, next question.
Next question is from Last Sky Samurai. What would be your dream skill after sailing? On a very basic level, how would it work? What would it add or accomplish to OSRS? I want to add the thing we didn't get, shamanism.
Okay.
I'm not creative. I want shamanism. Oh, also Gail answered this saying, I miss the pet aspect of summoning, but I wouldn't hate taming as a skill. Honestly, I think taming would have been cool, but it seems like an add-on to Hunter.
Yeah.
I want shamanism. It just seemed cool going into like, I don't remember exactly where shamanism was, okay? This is like 2 years ago. But going into like those like parallel universe type vibes, like, you know, like the little ghosty areas.
Yeah.
I think that would have been so fun. As for how it'd work, I have no idea. I can't even process how sailing works for the most part.
True.
I just thought it sounded good.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't know. I think that's really tough to do because I think there's a lot of easy ideas that are like pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to be like, I didn't like summoning and stuff like that because I don't like things that are kind of like a subcategory-ish.
That's like magic, right? Like summoning's kind of like magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
That's what I felt with taming. I'm like, that feels like Hunter.
That's why I like that thralls are just part of magic.
Yeah.
Like that could have easily been necromancy, which exists in RS3. So it's like, I like that that's just magic because...
That does make me overthink if shamanism is like a subset of herblore. But
I don't think so.
I don't know.
But I do think shamanism is a subset of prayer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was thinking of another...
Sailing is its own unique thing, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have that going.
Yeah. So I don't really know. I think it's really hard to say because like, yeah, it's like, oh...
What's not something else?
Yeah. It's like, oh, do you want to do jewel crafting? That's just crafting.
I'm trying to think like The Sims. Charisma.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
You
it's
just
tough
go and tell
because
jokes over and over, spam clicking.
they did like all the skills so broadly that it's hard to like be like, all right,
they play themselves for the future.
yeah, it's like, all right, thematically in a medieval setting, what would fit? It's like,
I know.
I don't know, you kind of covered most of it. I guess the next thing would be like, I guess you could potentially add like a type of like horse mounted combat or something like that, or maybe just horse riding or something, because that is kind of extremely
mounting Daemons.
Mounting Daemons. Yeah, so it could be, you know, extremely thematic in that way. And then you could also use it for skills, like to enhance skills, because then you could use it for transporting or for
then
like,
it would kind of be like the new agility.
No, because like you would use it in ways that could support other skills. Like you can farm faster by using the horse to plow the fields, or by, you know, using it as like a pack mule to an extent. And then you can do combat on top of it as well. So it's
okay.
like maybe
It's kind of like sailing, but on horses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, maybe something around horses, because that's like when you see a knight, what are they doing? They have armor. They are riding a horse. They have they have land.
The joust.
Jousting. Like I think horses are such a like
iconic imagery,
identifiable part of a knight, and that we don't have it is kind of weird.
That's fair. That's a good point.
So I think you could interact with it in some way, like maybe leveling
horse husbandry.
Yeah, maybe. Or yeah, you could just whatever what's it called when you're a horse person? An equestrian skill.
Thinking of hobby horses.
Yeah.
Stop. Whenever you're level 1, all you can do is run around with a hobby horse. If you don't know what that is, it's like
a hobby horse is like when you're on a broom pretending that it's a horse.
Or like, like the kids ones where they have the horse's head. But people will literally have like little competitions and do that to see who's most realistic. There's also an episode of Bob's Burgers where she does that.
Yeah. So
her form is perfect.
I think something based around horses, horse husbandry, equestrian skill, using it as like a supporting skill, but also standing on its own as far as like combat goes would be interesting.
I like that. That's a good one. I'm not good at coming up with stuff like that. So I'm glad you had a creative answer.
They could easily import it into raids too.
Riding your horse into like a round racing.
The next raid they come out with in 10 years will have horse aspects.
I'm just imagining, like the webs when you're running around, you're just on a horse.
Yeah. Because it's like, all right, the first 2 raids you can get into them, or the first 3 raids you can get into them without a horse, but now that you're progressing into the 4th one, you need a horse.
It's at a farm, in a stable.
Or anywhere else, because horses existed everywhere.
In a stable.
Okay.
Anyway, next question from Harger. I'm going to ramble about something I thought about my bike ride home today, and maybe you can comment on if you think such a concept would attract a certain community. Imagine if there was a new version of OSRS, outsourced for production by another company, that was completely transformed from a grind-based game to a skill-based game. There are no more levels. People just get better at skills by practicing, and it gets a movement system like Skyrim instead of a point-click system. For example, you can catch better fish by getting better at the timing of when you reel it, throwing the fly in the right spot, putting the bait on correctly, etc. It would work like that for every skill. Now it'd be really impressive to have a marble staircase in your house. For combat, significantly more difficult as well and luck-based. If it really is so hard to make, for example, rune armor, then it'd either be up to you to get good at something else to make money for it, because it'll be very expensive, or you have to learn how to make it yourself. I would not like it, but I know a lot of people who would.
Yeah.
Who would like it for the skill reason, especially like combat and stuff. I mean, that's kind of like what people do, like GMs and things, like the combat achievements is all just about showing off your skill.
Yeah.
I think the lack of levels, though, would make people less interested. I think people like to see something substantial for what they're working for, which I guess you could just add something else instead.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would just feel like kind of like a practice simulator.
Yes and no. You don't need levels to enable progression.
Also, keep in mind what I just said, that I have a really hard time imagining concepts like this.
Easy. So a really good example of almost exactly this is a game like Minecraft or Valheim.
You know levels in those?
They are, but not in the same way.
So you do have levels in those.
They're not the point of progression.
Mm-hmm.
No, like you literally can beat the whole game without them.
Okay.
So like they aid in progression, but they're not the reason you level up.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, in Minecraft, you start with a literal wooden sword, then you go to stone, just like in RuneScape, you go to stone, and then you go to iron, blah, 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 all the way up to rune, or diamond, whatever. And the same thing with Valheim. But even more so is like you progress into new weapons that have new abilities or like new enhancements on the weapon. So you don't need levels to do it. So it could be cool. And it could be just, this honestly kind of just sounds like a regular survival game. Almost
that's
in
true.
every
A lot of
way.
survival games you don't level up.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's the
just
same
comparing
thing.
to RuneScape is what threw me off.
Yeah, because it's like in a survival game, like, well, in some of them, you might start off getting like low level food, and then you get to a new area that has
better resources.
So because you need more food.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same way. You don't necessarily need levels to tell you that you've been progressed.
True.
So I think it would be cool, but the thing is,
I think it'd be a completely different game.
It would be a completely different game.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be like Minecraft with a medieval theme or whatever.
It would be from like a different POV as well, and WASD.
Yeah.
It could be cool, but yeah, it would just be a different game.
Yeah, I would be interested in it. I think it would be cool. But that being said, it would kind of just be like, like Kingdom Come or, some kind of medieval game, but MMO style.
Yeah. Last little bit.
I do think it'd be cool.
Yes. Last question from Matt. Thoughts on these construction skill crossovers? Herbal or construction, paint. Paints can be used to paint furniture, of course, but also things like floor and the walls and even the water in your fountain make it blood red.
Oh, okay.
Crafting and construction. Wait, side note, by the way, they should have, you should be able to use like the little blood vial on your water fountain to turn to blood.
Okay.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Very
I guess so.
hobby. Crafting and construction, stained glass windows. We actually do have stained glass windows in the altar room, but you, of course, only have like certain options. I have mine as the gnome child, I believe.
Yeah.
The stained glass windows are also a crossover with quest, max skills, and major bosses, as they'll depict heroic things you've achieved. The stained glass windows take up large areas of the walls all over your POH rooms. We don't have that. Agility construction would be agility shortcuts in your POH. That would kind of be nice for leveling, I guess. A player can climb up the wall to the second floor or jump down from the top floor to the garden. It's kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool.
I like the paint. I don't think you should have full free reign on it because I think you should just have like an automated set, you know, to give like 12 options or something. But the thing that like ends up looking messy, which is the only concern I have with customization, is like on Sims, you know, you can go and choose from the entire color wheel. And that's when stuff starts to look ugly. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to like police you guys on ugly houses.
Oh, okay.
I think you should only have sets.
It's a little judgmental.
It's a little judgmental, but I do like the paint idea because we're getting customization soon, supposedly. But I don't think it's going to be that detailed, to be honest. I don't think stuff like that will get changed, so that'd be nice.
Yeah.
We'll go through one by one. What do you think?
You talking about, this is a total different aside, but you talking about the like blood fountain reminded me there's a like Primarch, which is like a big boss in 40K.
Okay.
And he has like a
you need to start getting into this game.
His chapter of, which is like, you know, his ranks of guys, they're like, and him as well, they're like total vampires.
Oh.
But it's like, it's funny because they don't tell anyone and they keep it on the low, but they're very obviously like straight up in every way vampires.
Isn't that like how Strahd was in our D&D campaign? Like he was very obviously a vampire, but no one would say the word vampire.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm like, he's a vampire.
Well, they wouldn't even say his name.
He was like a bat.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the same way. It was so funny. Like, one of the guys like openly was like, you know, sucking someone's blood, and he like went in the back room and like killed this dude because of that. But yeah.
But what was he? Just a random guy.
Yeah,
he wasn't a vampire.
Like it's funny because they'll be called like blood angels or something, or like literally all of the different names you could do for like blood drinkers, like all of that.
That's what people do in like The Walking Dead and stuff. It's like in these universes, the word vampire doesn't exist. The word zombie doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you guys really had no concept of this before?
Yeah,
That's just, it's hard to imagine.
The thing that's weird is that it's not like they are vampires. That's just like the thing that they like aspire to be. Like they're not literally vampires. They're
not?
No.
That's weirder.
Yeah, they're just people that act exactly like vampires.
Oh, that's so embarrassing for them.
Like they're all cosplaying vampires.
Oh, that's so embarrassing for them. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think they have any like direct vampire like suck your blood get stronger skills, because like some of the chapters are like, we like fire so much, we're arsonists and we get blessed with the ability to shoot fire out of our hands
naturally.
I think these guys just straight up like blood, and so
it doesn't even do anything. They're just like weirdos.
Yeah, they are, and they're called like all these things, you know, like sanguine whatevers, and but they're like,
they don't even have vampire powers.
We don't suck blood, but these are my sanguine legionnaires over here. It's like, all right, cool. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny, but. I think the only one that I would really be able to get down with is herblore construction. Crafting construction is a little too close to just regular crafting, so it'd be hard to, I think, be unique in that way. I think
that the stained glass windows as well is something that, I mean, we already have, so they could just implement it better.
Yeah, I was like, they could just add that to construction.
I do like the idea of what you were saying, though, about it depicting your achievements. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could do herblore painting in addition to the stained glass. Like you can be like, oh, I'm adding the paint to the pigment to the stained glass to, you know, change the color.
That's true.
I think you could even do more things with herblore and construction besides just painting. I think painting would be an easy one because, you know, it's kind of there.
Yeah.
But I definitely think you could, there's room to innovate there. I think there's almost no room to innovate with agility construction just because it's like,
it would be cool, but I don't think it'd be used, is what I think.
Even if it is used, it would be like in such a limited way. It's like, it might as well not be there.
Yeah. But would be kind of funny to jump down from your second story when you're showing someone your house.
Yeah.
I would like it just for the memes.
I think that would be cool. I think like the thing is you want to stay away from like having your house be any form of like progression in like skilling or just in skills in general. Like your house is a form of progression in the fact that the house gets better.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like, all right, my house is better and now I can do herb lore in the house.
Yeah.
That would suck. So
been waiting.
Yeah. So the thing is, this would really overall strictly only be an enhancement for construction, even if you do use any other skill.
Yeah.
Which would kind of be like,
which I mean, I'm not opposed to it being like, and you get like 30 XP in this, you know, like how other ones have like passive.
Yeah, like skills. If you do like, you know, if you get like,
it wouldn't be a true crossover.
Yeah, like if you made like a big thing, like a big stained glass, it'd be like, oh, 5,000 construction and also 120 herb lore.
Yeah.
Like that would be fine, but it wouldn't be like, oh, the best way to level herb lore is in your house,
exactly,
or by building this chair. Like that would be dumb.
Just small bonuses.
I think it would be cool though. I think I'm
excited to see what we add for customization for real this year.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to like maybe incorporate it even more, where it's like you could find like rare and or collectible like herb things, and then you can use it in combination with decorating your house.
Oh yeah,
that would be potentially cool. Like, it doesn't just have to be paint.
You can make a bouquet out of herbs.
Yeah, maybe.
Or you can like put them on your wall like dried. Like pressed flowers, pressed herbs.
Yeah, sure. I think it would be cool if you can decorate your house based on the level of your skills or something, or the things you've done.
A little bit, like with they said they were gonna have all the hunter stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. But I was like, I'm really into alchemy and herb lore stuff, so I have like all of these like drying racks and.
Yeah, we're not gonna get herb lore stuff, unfortunately.
And it's like, oh, I've done all of these like I'm 200 mil. I have this special thing. Or like 200 mil herb lore, I have this special rune just for herb lore because like clearly I'm into it.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's it for the Q&A this week, though. Thank you guys.
Appreciate all the questions as per usual. If you want to participate, there's a cat on me.
It's just Goose.
If you do want to participate in the Q&A, just like these people, and ask us any interesting questions about games related to RS.
Or anime, because we went on for 15 minutes.
Yeah, or just really anything else, then feel free to hit us up at any of our socials.
Our TikTok and Twitter are Bunebapeosrs. Our Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Blue Sky are just Bunebape. I stream 4 days a week at twitch.tv/Bunebape. Stop by, and hopefully you'll be there when I get scurious, or when I'm dying in Skyrim, because I do a lot of that too.
Yeah. So thanks again for listening. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you all
very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.